Hello and welcome to the Maker's Gonna Learn YouTube channel. My name is Becca Oaks and I'm a craft producer here with Maker's Gonna Learn. If you are new to crafting, welcome. We are so excited that you have found us. We are going to be your best friend for crafting. It's going to be amazing and I'm so glad to be a part of your crafting journey. If you are new to crafting, like I just said, definitely take advantage of our membership here at Maker's Gonna Learn. We have an amazing 30-day challenge that you need. It's everything from opening your Cricut to learning the terminology and setting up your Design Space account to making your first project. If you're already a member and you've done that 30-day challenge, then this is definitely the next step. You may be wondering, what are some easy projects that I can make as my first projects? We're going to be making 3 here today, and I just wanted to make all of them in one video so that you can see how quick and easy they are, and so you feel empowered to do them yourself. We're going to be making a t-shirt, we're going to be making a home sign, and we're going to be making a mug. So with our t-shirt, we're going to be using heat transfer vinyl, and then on our sign and mug, we'll be using regular vinyl. And then we're going to be using all Maker's Gonna Learn cut files today on our projects. If you are a monthly or yearly member, you have access to all of these cut files and our entire library of cut files and fonts. So if you're not a member and you love these cut files or need cut files and fonts, definitely click below, become a member, and join in on all of the fun. Let's jump over into Design Space and I'll show you really quickly how we're going to just size these cut files and then we'll cut them out and make our projects. So over here in Design Space, we have these 3 cut files. We're going to be using the Maker's Gonna Learn logo on our mug, the Let's Stay Home cut file on our home sign, and the I'm a Dog Person cut file on our shirt. So we just need to grab our tape measure and make sure that we have these sized well. I went ahead and sized them in here and decided that a 3-inch high logo would be really cute on our mug. And then our I'm a Dog Person cut file, we have to remember the restrictions of Design Space that we can only cut 11.5 by 11.5 or 11.5 by 23.5. So because the length of this cut file is more than the width, we could only do 9.52 inches wide on this for our shirt, but it'll look really good on the shirt. Now I want to show you a really quick hack to be able to size cut files correctly for home signs. We have a basic shape over here and I want to just size it to 7.5 inches because the surface area that we're going to be working with is 7.5 inches. Now what I can do is just add the cut file to the front of this by right-clicking and pressing send to front. I can move it over here and I can make sure that this size is going to look really good on our blank. Sometimes it's hard to just guess if you're not using this blank in Design Space to measure your cut files. We just love this hack and know that you will have success with your Cricuting if you do that as well. Now all I need to do is delete this square because I'm not going to be using it, and then I want to do one thing. Now my heat transfer vinyl and my regular vinyl are both black. So traditionally we would change the color of our cut file to the color of vinyl that we're going to be using just so that we can keep it all straight. However, I want to change one of the cut files, this one right here that we're going to be cutting out of heat transfer vinyl, just to a different color so that it's easy to tell what we're doing. So I'm just going to come up here where it says line type and I will select this black box and then just change it to another color so that I know that it is separate and my machine will automatically put it on a different mat than it does these 2 black ones. Now, the only other thing that we need to do is come over here. You can see in the layers panel that all of these letters are individual layers. And when we hit make it, if we left it that way, they would kind of be scattered all over the mat, and we don't want that. So what we want to do is select all of those layers just by dragging and dropping, and then we're going to press weld in the bottom right-hand corner of Design Space so that it creates one layer instead of all of those. Now that we're finished with that, we're ready to click Make It. Once we click Make It, you can see that both of the images we're cutting out of black vinyl are on one mat, which is exactly what we want. And then we can look at this mat, which is in blue, and tell that that is on the correct mat. However, we do need to do one more thing. Because we're using heat transfer vinyl, we need to mirror this image. So I'm just gonna click that little toggle. It will mirror it. And now I can press continue and go ahead and connect to my machine, select my material, and cut it out. So now that we have cut all of that and weeded it and put our transfer tape on, we are ready to apply this vinyl to our blanks. Now, if you need more detailed information about loading your mat, cutting, weeding, and transferring with all of the burnishing and everything, definitely check out that 30-day course. We go in depth there, and we have lots of other videos here on YouTube that will give you a lot of education on that. But let's go ahead and get started. What we want to do first with our blanks that we're going to be using our regular vinyl on is clean these blanks. So if they've been sitting around or you've touched them, then they likely have some oils from your hands or dust or something like that on it. And so we want to grab a paper towel and some alcohol and just give it a good cleaning so that our vinyl will stick to it very nicely. Once you've got it good and clean, let it have time to dry, and then we're going to put the vinyl on. Okay, we're gonna start with our sign first. Since the alcohol is good and dry on there, we're ready to just grab our decal, and then we wanna make sure that we burnish really well from the back. That way, the vinyl transfers over to that paper masking transfer tape. Once we have burnished, then we can just peel the backing off. And then once the backing is peeled off, we're just going to go ahead and place it on our blank. So just get it good and even. The one scary thing about regular vinyl is once you put it down, you can't lift it back up. There's no wiggle room. So if you need to make some markings on your blank with like a marker that you can wipe off, then that's a good idea. Once that is laid down, then you're going to grab your squeegee or burnishing tool, whatever you want to call it. You'll go ahead and burnish that. You cannot over burnish, but once you're finished with that, then you can just peel the transfer tape off. This particular transfer tape that we use is very user friendly. It doesn't stick too much to the vinyl like some other transfer tapes do. And if you're new to cricketing and you've used Cricut transfer tape, you know what a pain it can be. So if you haven't used this transfer tape that we have linked below, go ahead and grab some of that. It will make your life a whole lot easier. But we have that finished. And now we are ready to go ahead and put the vinyl on our mug. The first thing that you want to do is decide which side of the mug that you want to put it on. Now, you need to decide that before you clean the mug, but do you want the decal to be visible to you while you're holding it, or the person across from you while you're holding it? And are you a left-handed or a right-handed mug user? So those are things to consider. I'm going to use it as a right-handed mug and toward me. So then all I want to do is just grab this acrylic paint or something else like that. It's a good size to be able to rest the handle of our mug on. Once I do that, it creates a really stable surface for me to go ahead and put that decal on my mug. Okay, now I'm ready to just grab that decal. And again, I'm gonna burnish from the back just like I did with the sign decal. And then I'll remove this backing and we will be ready to put this on very easily. Now you can do this a couple of ways. If you wanted to sort of do the taco method, you could go ahead and don't completely crease it, but just kind of fold it like this so that you know where the center of your design is, and then place it. If you're doing a piece on your mug that is bigger, you may want to grab your scissors and sort of just cut in on your transfer tape so that when you place it on your mug, you don't have all of those bubbles and wrinkling that sometimes you can get. Once I'm finished with that, I'm just going to place it here on the mug. And then I can smooth it out with my fingers and grab my burnishing tool. Go ahead and burnish that on. And then we can remove the transfer tape. If we want to, at this point, seal these so that they can be put in the dishwasher. Now is a good time to do that. You can use a dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Just paint over the area that has the vinyl, and then it does need to cure for 28 days before you wash it and use it in the dishwasher. But that's finished. It was very quick to do that. And now we can move on into our t-shirt. Okay, now we're ready to put our heat transfer vinyl on our shirt. So I do have this EasyPress mat. You definitely want to protect whatever surface you're working with when you're using heat, especially with heat transfer vinyl. And then I'm just going to put my shirt on top of the EasyPress mat. I do have my mini EasyPress set to 350. You can also use the larger EasyPresses if you have that. Definitely reference your heat transfer product and see what setting you need to set your mini press or EasyPress to so that you're not overheating it and gonna make it melty. But once I have everything situated, I am going to just place this here in the center or wherever I want on my shirt. I like the center. And one hack, which I'm not gonna do it today, but one hack that we like to do a lot of times, if you have trouble placing your images on your shirt, you can fold your shirt in half and then iron a crease where it's folded, and then it creates a nice center on your shirt, and it's easy at that point to adjust where you put your image. Once we like where we're putting it, the cool thing, I will say this, the cool thing about heat transfer vinyl is if I lay it down and don't like where I have it, I can just pick it up and keep moving it and it won't hurt anything. I like this placement, so I'm just gonna grab my mini EasyPress. I'm gonna start in the middle of my image, moving my EasyPress around. I like to start in the middle and then push out because that eliminates any wrinkling or puckering that you might have if you start on one side or the other instead of in the middle. Okay, so if you're using a mini EasyPress, they do not have a timer on them like the other ones. So you may be wondering, how long do I need to be doing this? When do I know that the heat transfer vinyl has adhered to my fabric? The answer is you're going to be looking for little bubbles. So once your heat transfer vinyl has adhered to the cotton, then the bubbles appear because the transfer sheet has started to separate from the vinyl, which is exactly what we want. So just look for those bubbles and you will be good to go with your image. So once I'm happy with that, then I can just go ahead and peel. Make sure that you are looking at the instructions on your vinyl, whether you need to peel cool or warm. So there you have it. We made 3 projects really quickly, and guys, you can sell all of these. You can customize them. They are amazing gifts for your friends and family or for yourself, whatever you want to do. I hope you found this very useful, and I hope that because they were so quick and easy that you feel very empowered to do these yourself. As always, if you need further instruction on any of the steps or anything like that, definitely check out our YouTube channel here and look for more education on those steps. Thank you so much for watching. If you are not a subscriber, go ahead and hit subscribe so that you can watch lots of videos here at Maker's Gonna Learn. We will see you here another day for another video.